You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got a full roster of weekly spoilers for Monday, January 8th through Friday, January 12th. There's so much going on this week. I've got at least 4 spoilers for every single day, and I have a whole pile more than that for Monday. It is going to be an exciting week with lots of front burner drama, but also a very sad week because we have 2 days devoted to the memory of Bobbie Spencer and the actress who played her, Jackie Zeman. I'm going to unpack all this for you, but if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. All right, now let's talk about it. Monday, January 8th, season 61, episode 84. Cody says to Felicia that deception runs in the family. Oh, he's doing a little play on words. But obviously, deception runs in the family because he's part of the family. Felicia lets him know she ran a new DNA test. She stole some hairs from his brush. I'm assuming that she has gotten a match. And of course, Max Scorpio remains off screen. They're basically just giving little excuses for why he's not around. But John J. York continues pursuing his treatment for blood cancer, and he is doing well. So yay. Maxie asks her mom how she could do that to Cody, but then they wind up comforting each other over Bobbie's death. We also have Tracy Quartermain telling Martin Gray that Scotty and Lucy putting their heads together will not be a good thing for anyone. And then Tracy goes to Brooklyn Quartermain and tells her what Scotty and Lucy are cooking up against her. Lucy Co. swears Scotty to secrecy, and they share a moment on Monday. And Willow Tait tells Michael Corinthos that there's something they should do together. Maybe it is mourning Bobbie, going to the funeral. Carly says, this is exactly what I needed. And it turns out what she needed is some bonding time with Liz about Bobbie. If you don't remember, I mean, obviously Liz always saw Bobbie as a role model as a nurse, but Bobbie was really involved in Liz's teen rape storyline and helped her cope with a lot of that. Sonny Corinthos asks to do things off the record as he is at the PCPD charged with second-degree assault for beating Cyrus unconscious. So I think he may not want to say what Nina did on the record to explain, but that still doesn't rationalize beating Cyrus over it. So, but we know he's the Teflon Don, charges never stick. So don't worry too much. And Josslyn Jacks is completely enraged at Michael. And of course, this is part of the fallout that we had promised he was going to face. She hates Nina, and she's going to be furious that he knew Nina called the SEC on their mom and Drew and didn't tell anyone for all this time. Tuesday, January 9th, 2024, season 61, episode 85. It looks like Sonny's out on bail and goes looking for Carly, obviously, to offer condolences. Alexis talks to Gregory about the kiss that they shared after surviving skydiving. And Laura takes Esme down to the PCPD so she can confess to the breaking and entering incident at Windermere. It'll be interesting because now that Nicholas is back, he and Ava are talking about getting revenge on Esme. And Laura thinks that Esme can just, basically cop a plea and it won't be that big of a deal. But it's kind of up to Ava. She could push this for an actual arrest and prosecution. Marshall and Stella are bickering on Tuesday, perhaps over Curtis's experimental surgery that's coming soon. And Trina Robinson opens up to Stella. Then we're midweek in Port Charles, Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Grab your tissues for season 61, episode 86, because this is the first of a 2-day Bobbie Spencer / Jackie Zeman memorial tribute, a set of 2 episodes. So on Wednesday, we have Bobbie's funeral, and Port Charles is mourning her loss. Carly also has to deal with some unfinished business of Bobbie's and reckon with her painful past. And Felicia and Carly decide to work together to honor Bobbie. And for her funeral, Lucas Jones is back, and so is Felix Dubois. And there's supposed to be a little Easter egg kind of thing to watch for, where it's supposed to be someone from Bobbie's most painful storyline. I've said before, I suspect they might have brought back Brighton Hertford, who is in her, I think, late 30s now, who played her daughter, BJ Jones, who died and whose heart now resides in Maxie's chest. Thursday, January 11th, 2024. Keep those tissues on hand for episode 87 of the current season, because we have ongoing tribute to Bobbie and Jackie. This is part 2. Carly and Felicia hop on a plane. They are heading to Amsterdam to tie up loose ends. Remember, Bobbie was out there tying up Lucas's loose ends after he was murdered with Victor Cassadine. Tracy was wondering why things were taking so long. And it looks like there may be some intrigue there, some information we didn't know that Carly and Felicia are going to uncover. And Carly dedicates a tribute to her mother, looks like, before she leaves town for Amsterdam, perhaps something at the hospital. Like, you know how they have that big, nice portrait of Steve Hardy? Maybe they will have something similar for Bobbie Spencer. I think that would be fantastic. Meanwhile, Maxie Jones and a reporter talk to the people of Port Charles and want to hear their memories of Nurse Bobbie Spencer. Friday, January 12th, 2024, we're going to end the week on season 61, episode 88. And Dex Heller demonstrates that he can be brave. I mean, we already knew this. He took a bullet to save Sonny's life before, so we'll have to see what he's going to do in this instance. Someone surprising shows up to see Spencer Cassadine. It's got to be his dad, Nicholas, right? I mean, it is very typical Nicholas that he comes back to town, and instead of going to see one of his 2 sons, he heads to see his ex-wife, Ava Jerome, to try and get her to kick off a revenge scheme with him. That is a very dark Prince thing to do, and I think Spencer will be completely gobsmacked if Nicholas shows up at the door, and I'm sure Nicholas is eager to meet baby Ace. Meanwhile, Nicholas also has FaceTime with Ava on Friday, and they share a charged moment. I mean, they used to love each other, and they did have great chemistry, so never say never. And Diane disagrees with Robert Scorpio about something. I tend to think this isn't about their personal life, but perhaps about Sonny's attack on Cyrus, because, you know, Robert is not a big fan of Sonny's and may want to prosecute to the full extent of the law. Rounding out Friday's spoilers, we have Curtis Ashford being there to encourage his daughter, Trina. All right, that's everything I have right now. Hey, if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our General Hospital spoilers and news. Definitely drop your comments on what you're looking forward to seeing this week. How many tears do you think you are going to shed over Bobbie's tribute episodes? I think I'm just going to maybe wear a terry cloth shirt so I can just cry right into it. My husband got one for Christmas last year, some kind of flashback to the 70s. His mom got him one because he mentioned it. And I'm thinking maybe that'd be a really good shirt because it's like a shirt made of a towel. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be super sad and very much long overdue. Drop your comments. Please click subscribe if you haven't, and come back soon, because as always, we're here talking GH 7 days a week. And this has been your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.